Proud to bring him here. Mike's just a delight. Please welcome, very funny man, and he'll do your taxes too. Mike Schryver. Bring him up, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Schryver. Mike. Hi, everybody. Hi, I'm Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Yeah, that always works. I've not been doing comedy for 40 years like Carl has. It will just feel like it by the time I'm done. And I like going on first because you have to, to see the people you actually came to see, you have to get through me first. Every time I come to this stage, I always talk about how nobody ever figures out that I'm gay. I have to wear like pride hats and pins and things like that. But there was one time, a long time ago, when it just seemed, people seemed to get it right away. I was living in Houston, and I had just come out a while before, and I had a friend, a straight friend, and I went to a party at his house. And I was going around introducing myself, I say, hi, I'm Mike. And the person said, oh, you're Mike? I heard you were gay. And I, introduced myself to somebody else, hi, I'm Mike. Oh, you're Mike, aren't you gay? And I realized that my friend was over in the other corner of the room. And he was going, that's my friend Mike over there. He's gay. And I realized that I was his gay trophy friend, which was a thing in the early 80s, It was very fashionable for straight people. And I looked around the room, and I realized that I wasn't his only trophy friend. Because there was one African American, there was one Native American, I was the only gay person. It looked like a Republican convention. And a little while after that, that same friend and I took a car trip from Houston. We drove up the East Coast up to Maine. And we wanted to stop for lunch, not lunch, breakfast. We could make it lunch, but it works better for breakfast. So we wanted to stop for breakfast one morning, and we were driving through what I believe to be the tackiest place on earth, even more so than Las Vegas, was Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And it's right outside the Smoky Mountains, and we wanted to have breakfast. So we're driving through, and we found this little diner that was sandwiched between two Elvis wax museums. And we went in and ordered, and the waitress said, what do you want on your grits? And we said, well, no, I don't care for grits. Please just hold the grits. I don't want grits. And she said, you don't want grits? And every head in the place turned toward us, and there was this silence, and I'm pretty sure I heard the cock of a shotgun. And, we thought again, and I said, no, yes, I would love to have grits. I love grits. Give me extra grits, please. I will have extra grits. And that settled things down for a while. And then my friend ruined it when he asked for avocado on his. So the shotguns came back out, and we had to get out of there. And I talked about how nobody figures out that I'm gay. Oddly, I have a straight friend that everybody thinks is gay. So it's always fun when we go out and do things together. It's like a bad sitcom when we go out and do things together. And that's the only time that anybody realizes that I'm gay. Because I'm with my friend and they think he's gay and they think we're a couple. Which doesn't bother me, but it really bothers my friend. Not because they think he's gay, but because they think I'm the best he can do. So I always have to defend myself. In the first place, I tell him, in the first place, I'm a catch, all right? I have a lot to offer. And in the second place, you're not even gay. And he goes, I know, but it's the principle of the thing. And the other problem I have is just being like hopelessly naive. I never get what other people are sort of hinting at. And it's really embarrassing, again, being gay and having this. We're supposed to be really good at, you know, dropping pearls and having little catty remarks and things, and I never get what anybody's saying, you know. When I did live in Houston years and years ago, my other gay friends there, their nickname for me was, "Oh, honey." You know? And you know, and it happens outside. It happens everywhere, not just in that context. I went to the doctor's office, and he wanted me to have some tests to test for my heart, and it wasn't any big deal. It wasn't anything major. And he said, "You need to see the rhythm control group." And again, I didn't know what he meant, so I got tickets for those people that did Everybody Dance Now back in the '90s. And they were really good. I enjoyed the show a lot, you know. And then I went back to the doctor, and he said, "Did you see the rhythm control group?" And I said, "Well, yes, but I don't see how that helps my heart." And the other time being naive was a problem was when I was seeing this guy a while back, and it was kind of a physical thing, you know. And we would get together and, you know, get it on. And one time he said, "Next time I think we should spice things up." And again, I had no idea what he meant. So the next time we were together and getting it on, I had this guy come in and offer us fresh ground pepper. And it turned out that Roger was really, really into it. He was like, you guys going, "Say when?" And Roger's going, "More, more." You know, and he loved it. I liked it okay, but I couldn't stop sneezing was my problem. And maybe I was naive, but we got a lot of mileage out of that. That just kept us going for a couple of years. We ran the whole spice rack. You know, we had turmeric Tuesdays and fennel Fridays. And it turned out, I later found out, that is the way that Grindr started. So, a little bit of trivia. If you ever need to know. I was so happy I found a new way to be passive aggressive. I've been trying my whole life to come up with a new way, and it worked out. I had some friends that were going to Italy, and one of them said, when he came back, "Oh, I wanted to buy you a hat." So he knows I wear a lot of hats. "I wanted to buy you a hat, but I didn't do it because I was afraid it would get crushed on the bus." First it's lunch, now it's the bus. On the plane back from Italy. And I liked this idea a lot. I wanted to have this hat, and I went to an Italian website. I decided to get one. I went to an Italian website, had it shipped over, and then when I saw my friend the next time, I wore it, and I showed him. I said, "See, this is the hat you didn't bring me from Italy. You know, I really wanted this hat, so I sent over for it and had them send it to me." And I, you know, figured that would teach him. That would teach him to think about buying me things. You know? And the other thing that I always had trouble with is if I wear clothes that have like logos and slogans on them, I never know what they mean. And one time I was wearing this jacket, and it had a logo on it, and I didn't know what it was. And this guy comes up to me on the street, and he goes, "Solidarity." And I, you know, was like, "Oh, okay, solidarity." Apparently I had started a movement. It's really easy to start a movement here in Portland. And, oh, sorry, just had one thing there. Oh, yeah, that's right. And the other times that people, I just don't get what people are thinking. I'll be in the grocery store, and I always go there when it's not too busy, you know. So I'll go to the checkout, and there's like one person checking out all the way up in front. and they have their stuff there, and I go way to the back with the little conveyor belt, and I put my stuff on it, and there's nobody behind me. There's like 12 feet of space there. And the person in front will still go get the little stick, you know, and put it behind their stuff. You know, like they're saying, well, you know, your stuff can't possibly be mingling with mine. You know? We have to keep separate. And I think these are the same people who, if I'm waiting for the elevator and I've pushed the button, you know, and it's lit up, and the other person comes along behind me, and they see the lit up button, and they go push it anyway. You know, and I think they're saying, you know, well, you didn't think it was going to come for you, did you? Come on, I'm here now. Now it'll come. I'm sorry, Doug. And I was in a coffee shop not too long ago, and a woman came up to me and asked for my autograph. And I thought, well, this comedy stuff is working well. You know, better than tonight. No, it's working well. It's working well. And yes, I'd love to give you an autograph. I signed the autograph, and she looked at it, and she goes, oh, I thought you were William Shatner. I don't see it, you know. I don't see it. And I was, you know, I was flattered at first, and then I thought, like, isn't he 90-something? There is an older person I think I do look like. And I'm afraid a little bit that I'm turning into my grandmother. You know, I think you can see the resemblance. Well, you don't know her, but imagine what my grandmother would look like, and I think you could see it. And it's not just looks. You know, when I was a kid and we go over to her house, she never had, like, you know, food that kids like to eat. You know, she had what we thought of then as like old people food. We go to the grocery store, the canned food aisle, and way up on the top shelf, there's all that stuff that nobody ever buys. It has all the dust on it, you know, like little jars of fish balls, you know, canned squid in ink. I'm sure the ink is what makes it work. You know, ox tongue. We'd be at my grandmother's house when I was a kid. You know, Natty, I want to have a snack. Go get some ox tongue. Okay. And I didn't really think about this for a long time, but then I was having some friends over to my house, and I wanted to have some snacks to give them. And I looked in my refrigerator, and all that was in there was some pickled beets and a jar of hearts of palm. I thought, it's complete. I've turned into her now. You know, so we made the best of it. We all snacked on pickled beets and hearts of palm. To avoid trying to look like my grandmother, a while back I grew a beard. I thought that will take care of it. And I grew it, but it didn't really look good. You know, it came in all splotchy and, you know, just looked terrible. My friends tried to be nice about it, most of them, but one of them gave everything away when she asked, did you grow it on purpose? So I took the message. This is one time I got the message. I took the message and, you know, shaved it off. And I didn't like it anyway. It was very itchy. It was uncomfortable. It was the most uncomfortable beard probably since Liza Minnelli. And there was one other time when I had a really uncomfortable beard. It was when I was in college, and her name was Christy. We were in this big group of friends, and everybody in the group was paired off in couples, except for me and Christy. And, you know, usually when there's two people that aren't attached in a group like that, that's a good idea, and it's for a reason. And I knew I was gay, but I hadn't come out yet. It was uncomfortable, you know, taking a stand on this and saying, no, this is a terrible idea. So we yielded to pressure and sort of tried to act like a couple. Uh, Christy was always very, very disappointed that, as you can imagine, that I wasn't more, more romantic and all that. But I wanted to, try to show her that I was interested. And being in college and being a math major, I decided to draw a graph of our relationship. It turned out this was not the right way to approach it. It didn't go over well at all. It really didn't go over well. One time I was on a train trip. We mentioned that car trip, but I really like to take long cross-country train trips, and I was on one, and we were in the business. I was in the business car, and there was nobody else in the car except for this one guy way up in the front of the car. And he got on his cell phone, and he said to somebody, he said, "I'm on the train. It's so relaxing. I've never been so relaxed." And I was glad he was relaxed because it wasn't really helping me much. It wasn't helping me much at all. And he just kept going on. He was like a half hour of, "Yeah, I'm getting in Saturday. I hope you have room. I think I overpacked. The kids are bugging you, you say? You should take a train trip. It's so relaxing." It's like being on a train with Gilbert Gottfried, It's just terrible. But here in town, I don't own a car. I don't like to own a car. So I take TriMet all the time. And it's pretty good. There's pluses and minuses. But one thing I love is every couple of years, TriMet springs for a bunch of new buses. And you can see them coming down the street, on that day that they come in. And they're all shiny, and they're coming, and you just know that they're going to have that new bus smell. I love the new bus smell. And TriMet's having revenue problems. I think they should market the new bus smell. They should pay me to market the new bus smell. I can make them a fortune. And I can see all the ideas. The little hanger things you put in the car for the new bus smell, and spray the stuff around your house. Air freshener with the new bus smell. The smell of TriMet in your own home. Smells like fresh plastic and hope. And then some other times when I'm not taking TriMet, if it's a special case, I'll take an Uber. And there's two things I don't like about Uber. One is the app is always telling me, Jim is coming in a Honda XR7. Now, I have no idea. I don't own a car, all right? I don't know what a Honda XR7 looks like. I'm going to go look down the street. Oh, no, that's a Honda CV4. I don't know. Tell me it's a blue car coming. That's all I need to know. And then the other thing I don't like with the Uber is the drivers get very talkative, a lot of the time. They're always, "So, what do you got going on today? Got any big plans?" And I accidentally found out how to take care of that problem. I eventually did go for those tests that the doctor sent me for. So going to the hospital, I took an Uber there. And I found out that when you have the hospital as your destination for an Uber, they don't give you a hard time at all, They stay really quiet. They just shut right up, And it works the same way if they pick you up at the hospital, I found out. You don't get the, "So, benign or malignant?" They just stay real quiet, So I decided to make use of this. When I'm taking an Uber now, I look for a funeral home real close to where I'm going. And I make that my destination, And just shuts them right up, They don't want to know. They don't want to know. Another thing I learned taking TriMet, I learned it the hard way, was never to run to try to catch the bus. I was walking down Burnside one night, and it was dark, and I saw the bus coming a couple blocks away. And I started running to try to catch it. And it was nighttime, and I didn't see, and I didn't realize I was at a curb, and I just went like flop right over the curb. I just fell over onto this hand. So I'm laying in the street like this, and I took my hand out, and it's all mangled and broken. It was much worse than this. And, you know, it was very bad, and I looked up, but the bus was still coming. And I looked at it, and I realized it wasn't the bus that I wanted. So I just laying there in the street, I just waved it by. You know, no, keep going. You're not the bus I want. And eventually collected myself and got up, and the ambulance came. And I showed him my hand, and he asked for my name, and I thought he was going to ask about my hand, and he said, "Oh, you're Mike. I heard you were gay." Thank you very much.
Mike Schryver, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it going, Mike Schryver.
Mike Schryver, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Schryver used to play for the Knicks.